Hey, it's Dan, and welcome to Unified Gaming. So today, guys, we are on my integrated graphics card today, so things will look slightly different, so I do apologise. I will mention it throughout the stream, but basically my graphics card has decided to sort of die, so yeah, fun. That said, you know, I've got a workaround. We are going to be jumping into PvP in a moment. I'm queued for battlegrounds. This is the light attack gank build. I've been working on some different builds between like the last video and this one. So I've made a 2-bar sulk, which is awesome. I've made a heavy attack build, which is really fun. Really enjoy that. And I've been working on a brand new dot build. So I know a few people have been asking about a range dot build, like what will work, what can you do? And this is kind of something that I've been working on. I just need to get one more set, and yeah. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing, just showcasing, you know, some of the sulks, some of the heavy attack stuff, and then maybe jump on the dot build that I've been working on. It's not finished. I need to farm a few sets, but yeah. You might have noticed my voice probably sounds slightly different. I use a Nvidia graphics card typically. My graphics card has decided to break, which is wonderful. And that has obviously just meant we have some differences, because I normally use broadcast. So if you're unaware, Nvidia broadcast like lets you cancel out the background noise and stuff and the echo, so you might hear a bit of echo in this stream, that kind of thing. But yeah, hopefully everything's kind of clear enough, you can see enough, and yeah, we'll just jump straight into PvP really. I'm always going to pull it up on my phone so I can just check that things are working. So yeah, well, let's see what people are doing. So I see some reds up here. Let's go get our buffs on and go for some cheeky kills. Ready? Watch this. That's one dead. Hey, watch this. Goodbye, my friend. Dead. Love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, yeah. Please let me know if there's an issue with the audio or with the video quality. I'm streaming on an integrated graphics card. Granted, a very good one. That rotated very fast. No, you don't. Ah, got him! Love it! See, I was deliberately just spamming the camo detect. So it's like, yeah, I hope things are like clear enough for you guys. If there is an issue with things, just do shout. I can't obviously hear myself because of the settings, but it is what it is. So yeah, this is the light attack build. Videos on the channel. And this thing's just ridiculously fun. Like, ridiculously fun. Goodbye, my friend. Pop. Thank you. Yeah, have one of these. Here, you can have this. Put on another one. There you go. No. Oh, the thing saved his life. Who's that? Oh, the damage! How are people tonight, by the way? How are people finding the ESO? You know, the patch has been out for a little while on PC. Comes out on console very soon. No, you do not hurt him. There you go. The damage. We're going to our dial up Bray. Let that do its work. Love the set. Hide in the boxes. So yeah, I'll put a quick poll up whilst we're just hiding and just recovering our stuff about the things.
Quickly, grab the bomb!
Almost finished doing poll. I cannot multitask, as you can probably tell. So yeah, I've just put a poll up. In case people are unaware, the graphics card I use is a RTX 5070 Ti. Basically very expensive. It's decided to break, so I'm actually on my processor graphics card. Oh, goodbye, my friend. Ah! Yeah, full health, love it. Oh, there's another one. Oh, that's another one dead. Look at that, the burst. The burst is disgusting. Come on. Go and cloak. Up I go. I love cloak. Cloak's awesome. Cheers for people doing the poll. It's just useful to know if things are okay. I like to have things looking nice. Oh, the damage! No, your shields mean absolutely nothing here. There you go. Do you see what I mean? Oh, we killed him there as well. The damage, oh. If you've not seen this build, you need to try it out. It is so much fun. Oh, he died. He died very quick. Watch this. Goodbye. You had 9 kills. Love it, love it, love it. We've got Mr. Templar, man. No, defensive rune for the win. Absolutely love defensive rune. We're going to give him one of these back. Here you go, you can have one of these. Bit of Dial Up Ray, do his magic. We can literally sit like this as well, which is awesome for Darlock. Absolutely awesome. Well, I'm going to go for it. Yeah, I was chasing him with the Cabo Hunter at the Mage Guild. He literally just went into his head and not there once again. No, you don't. Oh, I want to get the heavy attack defensive rune going. Yeah, the poll is basically referring to the video quality. The graphics card died. Oh, you can't out heal through that burster, can he? Literally, it was in healing ult. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, the stream should be on 1440p, by the way. So if you haven't checked the little cog in the corner and put it up, then that will obviously affect the quality. So yeah, if you going, oh, it's not as clear as it normally is, or stuff, just try that first. That might help you. The burst. Yeah, this build feels like it shouldn't be allowed. It is so broken. Tolerance is a good player as well, so it's always good to stick with him because he can just be bait and we get 3 kills. Awesome. Yeah, so the streams are in the middle for people saying it's okay video wise. Some people are saying it's not. Do check the cog, as I said, it is on 1440p. So I don't know if obviously that's okay for people. It's going to be different. So I will queue for another battlegrounds. Whilst I'm waiting, I'll put a little thing on screen so people can see. Just add a text thing quickly. So all I'm just going to just shrink this. You can literally see me doing on stream live. Do 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 do. Oh, that was wrong. So this is what you come for, innit? The terrible editing. So I'm gonna just put it like right at the top. There you go. And I'll just tweak the actual what it says. Align the center, sorry, because it's going to bug me if it's not center. That's good enough. Okay, so there's a little note at the top of the screen for people curious. Apologies for that. But basically it just explains like why that poll's up, because there's a bit of a weird poll, like going, why is there a poll about videos and graphics and all that stuff. And yeah, I'll leave the poll up for like another 5 minutes roughly, do a BG, and then we'll put on which build. If people have a preference though, of like, I really want to see the heavy attack build that I've been working on, or I want to see the Sorcerer. So I've put on Oaken Source Orc. There's a 2-bar Orc that comes out on Monday, which is awesome. Then, you know, put in chat, or we can stay on this thing. A Toxic Jester says, is there a build for 1-bar melee Nightblade for PvP? There's an old one on the channel. I am in the process of updating it. So my initial thoughts, if you look at the Sorc kit, Nightblade kit, is Assassination's fantastic. Shadow's fantastic. The healing line isn't that good, in all honesty. So if you go on the siphoning line for a Nightblade, I will go to a thing to show that. If you go for like the siphoning skill on the Nightblade, the passives aren't that useful. Like, they're not terrible. So I would probably swap that out for the Templars one and just use the heals, because the heals are better. For like an Oaken Soul Nightblade, I'd probably use Concealed Weapon, because you get the movement speed. Relentless Focus, the Stand Morph, because you get to fire it really frequently. I'll then utilise like the Honor the Dead, because it pays for itself as the burst still from the Templar. Then I'd use Cloak, because you need Cloak. And then we've got a 5th skill, so I might use like Contingency for more delayed burst, or I might use Race Against Time. Might use Banner, been using a bit of shenanigans with that, that's pretty cool. So there's a few options with what you could do with it. Blaze says, am I on Xbox now? I'm on PCEU. The video is going to look a little worse just because of the graphics card, so apologies. And then Cold was asked about the DK, which I'll talk about that in a sec. Yeah, to the thing I was saying with Toxic, with the Nightblade, if you look at siphoning as a like skill line, you get some ult, you get a bit of max mag and stam, but you have to use one of these skills. You get a bit of healing, like it's not huge, and you get some ult when you use the stuff. Like the passives aren't that good. The heal is not that great because it costs health. So you can have nothing that helps your healing, in all honesty, apart from this bit, which is a tiny amount, or you swap it out for the Templar, Restore and Light, which is amending. You get bonus like healing based on how injured the target is, which is awesome. You then obviously get like resurrection speed stuff, but this is mainly the burst still. The burst still is way better. This is a bigger heal, and it also pays for itself because of the 75% refund. So that's my initial thoughts. Coldest was asking about the DK and like a bruiser build. I have an Oaken Sword build already on the channel. I updated it last patch, and that is still what I'd use this patch. There's been nothing that's changed between last patch and this patch to change it. It's on the channel. It uses Pyreband and something else. Pyreband, Oaken Sword, and what was that? I want to say it's not Rally. Essence Thief, sorry. Yeah, Pyreband, Oaken Sword, and Essence Thief. The reason I'm using Essence Thief is it gives us the stam sustain which you need in melee. It also gives you the passive healing you need in melee, which a DK is in melee. We utilise Flame Lash rather than Molten Whip, because when we do the Immobilize, we can spam it. It gives us a heal over time that we can just keep spamming with the healing. So that's how I managed to get this like passive sustain in the build, the healing that you need with the with the Essence Thief. And then the Pyre Band gives us that really good just sustained damage that the DK is like renowned for, that dot pressure. And we use Burning Talons to proc the Immobilize to then get the Flame Lash that you can just spam for like 5 seconds in a row. It's really nice. And I had the leap because it's a DK. Like, if you're not leaping or not using Corrosive, what are you doing? So again, it was like trying to feel like a DK whilst being Oakensoul. So Zay, I think it's pronounced, I might have butchered that, was asking, how's the stream so far? Did a BG on the light attack thing, pretty fun. We're going to go into Cyrodiil whilst we wait, because it's a bit of a, I don't like waiting, not doing PvP. But it seems like the stream seems okay. Obviously, if the video is a problem, just shout. It's as okay as I can make it, basically. You know, I'm on a processor, so there's no actual graphics card running this. Calder says, everyone says Pyre Band, so I got it, and I don't see the hype. Maybe everyone is just a tank now. So the reason why Pyre Band's good, and I can give you the actual reason. It's a Infant Archive set, bear with me, is Pyre Band has this effect here. So your light attacks do X damage, yeah, over 6 seconds. On a typical build, it's about 6,000 to 7,000 at least. So it's basically 1,000 damage a second. If you compare it to Way of the Fire, it's similar damage to Way of the Fire. The difference is, though, that this applies on every light attack, which means as you're weaving, you're proccing this consistently, but you can change targets. And it's this bottom bit down here. The damage scales off your higher weapon or spell damage and is increased by 20% for each damage over time the target has. The Pyre Band itself, it also counts. So what ends up happening is you get basically like a 60% damage boost often on this dot, which then means that this becomes actually a really nasty dot. And because you can proc it every 1 second when you light attack weaving, it just has like consistent pressure. And then when they're low health, you can heavy attack and make it into like a pseudo execute if you can get them below the 33% health, which makes it do really high damage. So it kind of gives you really high sustained damage, especially if you add on an extra dot or two, double dot poisons even. And if you go for the heavy attack, you've got like a pseudo execute. So it does so many things in one set. So that's kind of the reason why I use it, and I like that. We'll go down yonder. Yeah, the stream, people seem like it seems okay. It seems okay on my end, the video and the audio, but obviously I'm not watching myself. It's a bit weird you do that. We're going to pop over yonder, and then yeah, we'll switch to build in a sec if people want. There's the 2-bar Sulk, the 1-bar Sulk, the heavy attack hero. I've updated that, which is really fun. It is literally designed just to heavy attack, and that's it. Like, it's really, you buff heavy attack, buff heavy attack. And I'm hitting people, for context, for like 12 to 20,000 heavy attacks in PvP. And I was hitting the Emp. I hit the Emp for like 3,500 per tick. It was like 3.5, 7k. So it was like 14,000 with one channel. It was disgusting. So that's good. Calder says, need to be way more tanky though. You got deleted in seconds on PCEU and Battlegrounds. I play on PCEU, Coldest. So I'll play on the same server as you. I find with a lot of the BGs, if you go into 4v4, you get a lot of sweats in there, like people who will deliberately stick together, which is fine, it's a team game, it makes sense. But you get a lot of people that will run very stat dense or proc like heavy sets, so like No Arcana, for example, is very strong. Jeez. You also have a lot of people using the Templar healing, because the Templar healing is by far the best heal line in the game. Rune gives you sustain, it pays for itself, it gives you mag or stam or some armor. You then got cleanse, which is an AoE for everybody. You put those two things on, it automatically procs rally and cry as soon as you backbar to it, because you got so much passive healing. Just Zay says, do I have any connections for a PvE guild on NA? I do have some characters on NA that are at CP, so I can check when I'm on the next. But if anybody's on PC NA and they want to add Zay to a guild, like, by all means just like message him. He's in my Discord if you're curious. But if not, I will try and obviously do it after. Goddess is being forced to run prior most of the time. I think a lot of the tankiness comes from just heal stacks. Having like fought against other players, when you've got 3,000-4,000 health per second coming in from 3 or 4 like runes on the floor, you're going to be tanky. Doesn't matter what you do, you're a tanky, you've got like 3,000-4,000 health, you get hit, you lose like 3k, 4k, 5k even, but you get that back instantly. It's really hard to be bursted. Ooh. Let's ruin this guy's day. Dead. And let's go for the person at the back. No, you don't. Oh, he's got some big heals, isn't he? Oh, he's got massive healing. There you go, we've got him though. Can't be having that, can't be having that, can we? This is by far one of the most broken builds I've made, but it's really fun. Bye-bye. Love it, I absolutely love this thing. I need to make an Oakensaw version of this. I really do. We can say goodbye to him. Oh, we did say goodbye to him. Oh, went to go for the full up. He's dead. Oh, I love it. No, you don't. I went for the camo. Wasn't sure if he's gonna like roll, so I went for the invis detect. Oh, we've got some people coming in. Oh, he's on a tank. Oh, that. Woo, that hit me very hard. What was that? I was in cap. Okay, that's fair enough. I wondered what that was. Yeah, I'll end the poll here because the stream seems okay. And then I'll catch up with chat. Reef was saying about Rallying Cry is mandatory. Yeah, it's such a strong set. For people unaware, Rallying Cry, like, we know what it does, but like numerically, it's a 20% crit reduction if you're by yourself. So it's basically having full win pen with like a 5p set, and it's got Hunting's Rage on it. So if you imagine, there's a crit reduction set that you can get. It's like Wizard's Riposte, but it's not that. I think it's Impregnable Armor, which is about the same amount of crit resist. And Rallying Cry is basically Impreg with Hunting's Rage combined on a 5-piece. So you get 2 5p set bonuses on that one set if you're by yourself. Super, super good. Which is why it's kind of like a must. Oh, he's going for it, he's going for it. I reckon he's going to die in 2 hits. One, go for the streak. Oh, he rolled it. Good for him. There you go, you can have that. Oh, he's got the Rallying Cry. No, you do not. Ah, they're both dead. Ah, look at that. It's my flag. My flag. No, I tried to check chat. Defensive Rune saved me. Absolutely loved that set. I went to go for the combo on him. I had no sustain. No sustain. Let's check with chat where we are, okay? Golden says, I really enjoy your Oakensaw builds. No one really does them, and there's a huge market for them. Yeah, my plan with Oakensaw is to have like a build for every class. That's true to the class. So I've made a Templar one, which I'm just farming the final pieces on live. But I've used it in duels, and I've used the non-perfected version. And it hits very hard. So that uses Null Arcana and Essence Thief. I appreciate they're both really hard sets to get, but they're like the most stat dense for what we're trying to do. The Null Arcana basically acts as Power of the Light, because you don't have access to that on a 1-bar build, you just don't have the bar space. Oh, he had full health, didn't he? Oh, can I CC break? It would be great if I can. Defense Rune saved my life there, didn't it? That literally saved my life. I reckon they're going to nerf this. Because look at that, I'm sorry, look, he had full health and he blew up. My food is gone as well. We've got no food. Let's eat some food. Let me stay here, thank you. I'm trying to heal up. Yeah, I will check the chat in a second. Yeah, I have one of these. Just there you go. Oh, I got it, but Sheer Venom got me. You'll see Sheer Venom at the bottom. Or Poison Injection. A Cold is saying Oaken Soul was sick because you run 2 sets at the same time too, instead of having to bar swap. I think with the Oaken Soul, what I like with it is that it basically just allows you to be offensive. You don't have to maintain buffs, so you can go, I want to just kill, like, fight and kill. I don't want to mess around with, is my armor on, is my damage buff on. You obviously have the trade-off that you do lose power, because it doesn't actually give you much damage for, say, like Monomyth, which is stupidly good. I got hit very hard. That was a horrible, horrible rush of agony. I hate that set. Yeah, so I think Oaken Soul just gives you that flexibility to just be aggressive and just like, I want to kill people, I want to fight, I don't want to mess around. A bit like the Vengeance campaign. Little setup, very effective. Is it as good as 2-bar version? No, but it doesn't need to be. It needs to be like good enough, and that's kind of where it's at, I think. And then Cold is saying he prefers melee builds, though, and most Oaken Soul's range. The DK's melee, the Templar's melee that I made, I think people use range because you have less heal options, so having the range helps you recover. Because you can't like put on a heal over time and a burst heal like you could in melee. Melee, you often need 2 or 3 heals. That was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting at first. Oh, he had full health. He had full health. Sorry, I can't get over how much damage this thing does. Like when people go, it doesn't do enough damage, I don't know what they're on about. Because look. No, you do not. Honestly, if someone did this to me, I'd be so annoyed. I'm not gonna lie. Can I streak? On a CC break? I hate that stun. Reverb is so difficult to CC break. I had so much spam. I'm just gonna check with chat again. Cold says I can top DPS every game using play break shear with bow, just spamming poison injection. On the thing, oh, he's gonna die. Watch this. Goodbye, my friend. Go. See, look, absolutely love it. Is he gonna play Find Dan? Oh, he's not come to play Find Dan. I thought he really was. Oh, stupid rush of agony. I hate that set so much. Oh, this is so much fun. This is way better than Amphamil. Like, way better. Honestly, the damage. Watch this. Goodbye, my friend. Streak through. There you go. Bash. You can tell, I think he gave up at that point. We should probably get some flags though, because I think. Well, my light attacks aren't working. We killed him. And he's gonna come this way and pop. There we go. See? He's running away for his life. He's like, no, save me. Dead. Dead. Gone for the follow up. For a cheeky roll. Dead. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? No, you don't. You can die. Oh, he got me with the bash. He got me with the bash. The reverb is so annoying to CC break. So annoying to CC break. But yeah, this thing is disgusting. I absolutely love this thing. I had 24 kills. I will catch up with chat in a sec. I'm too busy killing people, and it's like really fun. If you've not tried this, look, you can just do stuff like this. Watch. Go for the streak. No, you don't. You're not going to stay alive. This is mine. Okay, 25 was not bad. 20, I'll take that. This is like huge. Yeah, I will catch up with chat, so just apologies. Yeah, so Coldest was saying about Plague and Shear just for like really high dot damage and just getting high DPS every game. Not the most effective in my opinion. I have, however, made a dot build, which from testing it was doing about 5,000-6,000 damage a second. But what was really good with the build is that you basically push 2 skills and you put on like 10 dots. It's really, really nasty. Because one of the issues with dot builds is that you can't stack dots quickly. But I've designed it in such a way where you do three or four buttons and you've got like 10 dots on them. It is really disgusting. So that's really nice. And what's good with it is that you can put it on unlimited targets. There's no like target cap. So that's, you know, something I'm still working on, but I'm really happy with where it's at. I just need to get a few more pieces. Arif said this is the build he's using now. He converted to an O console. No buffing, less need for Darlock Bray. Simple, easy, effective. Yeah, I would love to try and get Darlock in this. I don't know how, because if you haven't seen it, it's on the channel, but we use Shattered, we use Black Gem, love it, and we use Darlock with Monomyth. Now, if you use obviously O console, we lose this. We either drop the monster set and one Krog, which is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking, if you go for combat metrics, always get asked, is Black Gem worth it? So we'll show you something like the numbers. So Black Gem there, 1,500 against like non-crit, 3,700 to crit. So you can see that crit there for 3.7 in BG, which is awesome. A Black Gem, 5k crit. But that wasn't even a crit, that was against a tank. The person in Goliath, really nasty damage there. Black Gem there, 2.9 to 3.2. Again, these were non-crits. Black Gem, 1,500 to 4.8. That was the crit. So you can see it's doing like a consistent amount of damage all of the time. It's really good for like burst. And on the Oakensall Sorcerer that I use it on, it also works there. So do we lose that like extra instant damage, which hits very hard, to get the sustain from Darlock? My feeling is like, yes, I love the set too much to give it up. And I could just use infused damage here, maybe work around it, but I need to test it. It's kind of my thinking. But that's what this build does. I will put a poll up to say, do we stay on this or do we switch? You do. So, I'll do one more BG while I love them. And we'll keep going to into Cyrodiil as well. So, and then what we'll do is, if we don't get the BG in say 5 minutes, we'll then switch if people have a preference to like a different class. I appreciate this is not everybody's favourite playstyle. I really like it, it's really fun. Like just going up to someone and blowing them up is incredibly fun. Incredibly fun. But yeah. As with the chat, I'll just double check where we were with it. Blaze Ray said, I thought we could see more Acuity and Gore modes builds in this crit meta. The problem with Acuity is it's really nice, but it's really telegraphed. So when you know someone's like glowing blue, you just move away from them. The other issues with yes, it's a crit meta, but the problem is people run Rally and Cry. So people have an instant 20% damage reduction to your crits because of Rally. Add in then Impen, add in CP, add in armor. Your crits are going to be doing like 10-20% more damage, which is not really worth it at that point. You might, you know, if you go against squishy people, you're going to melt them anyway. Against proper PvP players who have rally quite 20. My 2-bar talk uses rally and it has 3,800 crit resist, which is 51% crit reduction. So for people trying to do that much damage, if I'm hitting them for like a bonus 70% crit damage, which is quite common, well, they're reducing by 50%. I'm not going to get a huge damage boost with like crit stuff, and that's where it becomes more noticeable. It's better to stack the base damage higher, and that's what people have done. That's why they don't use much like gourmands and those crit boost sets like marksman and stuff, because it's just not worth it. Or we can go down there. Coldison says he's run Savara Scale to Plague Break. Just spam Flames of Oblivion. We've got a little bit of a ride, sadly. As I said, if there is a preference and the BG doesn't pop in a couple of minutes, we'll switch, okay? Coldus is then... Reef then, sorry, is saying this build you have is filthy. It seems better than Anthamil. Yeah, it's better than the Anthamil construct. It's quicker to get the damage out. It hits as hard, if not harder, especially against tankier players with more health, because the black gem does more damage to high health targets, so it's really good against that. Coldus says, what about two-handed dizzy swing setup? I did test that, by the way. So I tested it on... I used to have a build called Shadow, which basically was a melee gank build. It used to run the Wrecking Blow, and it used to hit very, very hard. It used to do Wrecking Blow into Concealed Weapon as the combo with the Killer's Blade or Wrecking Blow Killer's Blade. What I found is the damage you get out of those, yes, your like Dizzy and Swing or Wrecking Blow hits like a truck, so does your Concealed Weapon. You're a melee and you can get the same killing power at range. There's only like a few targets you can't kill from range as you could in melee by doing the combo. And then I kind of just got to the point, why would I put myself in so much risk when actually we could just have the same killing power at range. Dead. Hey, there he is. So it's Mate Boy. BG's is ready. I like Cyrodiil though. I do like Cyrodiil. Dead. Alright, we'll do the BG and then we'll switch. Okay? Don't care about that one. I will put a poll up to ask what do you want us to switch to. I'll give you some choices. Okay? So, what should we switch to next? If there's something go, oh, well, that's not on there, can you like put it in the chat and I'll do the best to reply? We go Ogun, Sorcerer, 2-bar, Sorcerer, heavy attack, hero, 2. I love that build. Hello, sorry, I was chatting with the wife. Simon's like, on your channel, I forgot Black Gem stuff isn't available on console till September 3rd. I'm a knobhead. It's easy done, it's not that clear. So it's easy done. Reef said, or DK, or Temp, or Warden, or Necro, or Mix. The range bomb thing's really fun. I really like that. Just check with chat. Yeah, so Reef was saying about he uses 4 pieces of Shell Splitter instead of Darlock, and then uses Shadow Muns instead of Monomyth. Now, it's my edit, it's only using 4 pieces pen. It'll be interesting what your pen is. I'm going to say about 12, 13k on the stat page, Reef. I just wonder whether you'd have more success just using Shattered plus Darlock. But you lose the Black Gem. And the Black Gem has a line of pen with it too. Reef's like, Cold is like going to DK. A DK spamming Blast Bones sounds awesome. Blast Bones is decent, it's not bad. It's just not my favourite, in all honesty. Hey, you're right, bro. Cheers for becoming a supporter, mate. That is really generous of you. Golder says, when using it, it's a bit tedious. Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, we're in the BG. I'll switch. At the moment, the DK looks pretty like on it. What people want to switch to. Oh no, it's going to close in 10 seconds. Oh, I feel like this is so unfair. But it is what it is. We're going to DK 1 bar. What are the skill lines again? Shattered 8k, spell 3k sharpen, the major breach of crystals reduction. Okay, we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch. We're gonna go to the DK. Going to the DK. Oh, this is a democracy. So where's my DK? Where is he? He is fun. He is fun, and he feels like how DK should play for an open build. Really good sustained damage, nice whips, good leaps, that kind of stuff. But DK just never clicked with me, as in like a fun. It's a good class. It's effective. This was me, by the way, trying different things on stream the other day, just to show this is why we use the Blast Bones, the Pyre Band, Fire and Thrisk. Exactly that's shown on the thing, so you can see this. I've done some like different goes with this. Different kind of conclusions. One thing I need to try for this patch, which I haven't tested, but I'm probably going to try now on live, is probably Assassination. Get rid of the Animal Companions and go for the Grim Focus, but use Relentless Focus. There you go. Now the reason I'm thinking this, yeah, is as a DK we have to light stack lots anyway. The reason why Relentless Focus is better is because you can charge this to 4 times and you can shoot it. So you go, well, it's not 5, it hits less damage. But what you can do is something really special, and I'm going to show you this at Guild House, because this is where the charging up becomes super busted. And it is kind of it's a bit special, in all honesty. With Shattered, by the way, you have to use 5 pieces. Reeve says that 5 Shattered, 4. I'd say you use an all pen. Yeah, that's a lot of pen, that is. It's a nice amount of pen. Yeah, for the Relentless, you're 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, the tooltip on it, pretty decent, 15k. You can fire it. 2, 3. Oh, sorry, charge that one. So used to weaving. But what's really nice is as you charge it, you do need to have your combat buffs on permanent so you can see the stacks. Is when you get to 10, it gets very special, because you can fire it 3 times in a row. You can go fire 1, weave, fire 2, weave, fire 3. You can shoot 3 in a row if you charge it up to max. And doing that with Relentless Focus is disgusting. Because yes, it hits slightly less than the Merciless Resolve. Like, it's about 2k less tooltip, it's not huge. The difference is, though, you can shoot it 3 times in a row. And that 3 times in a row is a total damage boost compared to the 2 big hits. So that's what I was experimenting with, like some of my other builds. Arif says, Unified Gaming build, a Dark Magic and Shadow and Storm Calling. Yeah, I'd still use those. Calder says that looks better than spamming Blast Bones. That was my thinking. So when I tried the Nightblade the other day with this, like the Nightblade skill line, sorry, with this one bar build, the Merciless Resolve was better last patch, and basically Blast Bones gave you more consistent damage. Merciless Resolve gave you the ability to control when you to kill somebody. That's the difference between the two. So you could do leap into spec bow, spec bow. You could do spec bow, leap, spec bow, and it's really hard to avoid that. Whereas with the Blast Bones, it's Blast Bones, leap. Blast Bones, leap, whip. So you get very similar combos. The difference is, though, that you're very built around the leap, whereas with the whip and the spec bow, you can literally spec bow, light attack, spec bow, or spec bow, whip, spec bow, and you've got like other burst combos. So that's kind of why I like the spec bow against more skilled players. A Reef says Deep Fissure, Blast Bones, and leap. You can do that. I'm just being really stubborn, and I want to make this feel like a Dragonknight. So I need Ardent Flame, because you have to use whip. Like, if you're not playing as a DK without whip, what are you doing? So we've got combustion, we've got warmth, you've got all these kind of passives, but there's nothing here else that we use. You need the Coag, because that's like the DK big hill. So you need to have these 2 skill lines. Now yes, I could swap this for like the Templar and have better healing, in all honesty. I want it to feel like a Dragonknight. I know it sounds really silly. So that's kind of why I went that route. But if you're going to like optimize it as such, changing Draconic Power for Restoring Light would probably be a smart move. Yes, you lose the leap, but you can just put on Dawnbreaker. But then you're not playing DK. So that's kind of why I've gone this route. Like Calder says, if you didn't know already, when someone rolls out of Flame Talons, you can instantly fossilize them. They're stunned again. Yeah, you can do the reverse as well. Fossilize it's because the CCs have 2 different cooldowns. So you've got a hard CC, which is basically a stun, where you can't move, you can't do anything other than CC break. And you've got an immobilize where you can do skills, but you can't move. They are on different cooldowns, which is why if you alternate the 2, it's very potent to drain stamina. DKs in the past used to do this really well, but people have so much stam sustain now that it's not really needed. Akoda says, Dragonknight to me is Noxious Breath, probably my favourite skill. Noxious Breath is really good. I did really like that. The problem is you've got 5 skills. So with 5 skills, it's what do you drop? The way in which I view like a Ogre's build, and I've made a graphic, I haven't actually made a video for it yet, is you need a spammable, you need a burst hit, so a burst skill for damage, which is this. You need a mobility skill to get out of trouble so you're not snared all the time. I'm using Banner, but it could be Race Against Time. At that point, you've got 1 skill left. Burst skill, spammable, movement skill. You have 1 other skill left, which could be a heal over time. It could be a stun, it could be an execute, it could be a dot, but you've got 1 other skill left. The problem is, if you go for any damage skill, you don't have a lot of healing beyond your burst skill. So we've had to go down the route of trying to find some additional healing, which we've done with Flame Lash. So to be able to get Flame Lash to work, we need to use Burning Talons. As for the CC, which Reef says about CC, I normally put onto the ult. Most ultimates have a good CC that you can use. Dawnbreaker is like the main one. A lot of time you'll use things like Dawnbreaker, or if you're a Sorcerer, you do Streak. If you're a Templar, you might use Toppling Charge, but this kind of like extra skill, it has to do something. So you need skills that double dip and do lots of things. Flame Lash, damage and heal. 2 things. Spec Bow, damage and heal. 2 things. So then that helps with your passive healing. This set also helps with my passive healing to give me some more choices. So that's why I've gone to go this way. Blade says, I think Vigor should be in 2 bars as standard. Yeah, if you're not using Vigor on a 2-bar build, you're doing something wrong. And I know it sounds really harsh, but it's true. I'm just doing the casual, well, what are the little sigils? What sigils can we see? I am, like, on a slightly side note, I'm very impressed that my CPU, sorry, is holding up. Like, it seems to be able to run the game smoothly and stream, which I'm, like, really pleased with. Like, this is awesome. It's not my nice graphics card, but it seems good enough. We're going to grab that banner up there, that sigil. Hello, teammates. Come on, teammates. All come over here. Come crowd around down. There we go. Super. Yeah. Oh. He had like 70k health, didn't he? Ah, one dead. So this is where I can just spam that to get this constant healing. I've got a healer with him, so I'm going to just push to the side. Okay, go for a big Coag. Coag. Save me, Coag. I've gone just to try and save our guy. Oh, he's got corrosive. I hit him with a spec bow on the corrosive. Yeah, they've got some healers with them. Let's put on our banner. So they're now sticking together. Oh, it's deathmatch. I'm going to go behind them, see if I can pull anybody from the back and be like bait. Because if I go from the front, I'm going to get just swarmed. They're going to swallow you up. Because you can see they're sitting as a group. There we go. See that? I'll pop down here, get some healing going. Leap, please. Oh, I went for a spec bow on him, almost got him. He got so much healing. There's a lot of like passive healing in that group. It's not a lot, but you got 100k there, 100, almost 200k there. The only thing always fun when I play DK is that you are like really... Oh, that was a big burst hit. I've got hit with overload. And for take flight. You're really reliant on like your group being decent. So we need to get our group together. Head charm. So you can see just sit and swarm you. There's not a single one that doesn't like they focus one person. But you can see that there, because I don't have the heal over time, I'm having to spam that burst still, and that's the difference. It's really difficult. Got hit with an incap. Sit like side floating on one and just get swarmed. So we'll pop back in though. But that like gives you an example. One of the issues you have with a just a brawler build without that heal over time. And that's the kind of struggles of an open source build. But like, do they kind of question with like melee and stuff? This is why it's so hard with Oaken specs, because unless you have like that passive heal, but then what do you drop? Just checking with chat. Simon was saying about class identity is good, which I agree with. Blaze says DK Leap is one of the best ones in the like DK kit, which is a really nice one. Reef says you need a CC, which I would agree, but it's bar space. Golden said, I always have to have Resolve and Vigor and Coag. You get Minor Resolve. The Minor Resolve I've got from the banner That's why I've gone with the banner route for the snare immunity. But yes, the Minor Resolve with Vigor is very, very good. Reef saying pity fossilise, no fossilise with the heal. You need the bow proc. Blaze said Vigor should be on 2 bars, which I said earlier. Golden said I literally have to coag blood, rely on coag now. Yeah, it literally is. And then Cold is like, backbar, Oakenstall's mate. Oakenstall's hard to use in PvP. It is for like melee builds. It can be done. Like in a 1v1, this is fine. 1v1 I can kill most people. Or stay alive long enough to move away. In a 3v1, I just don't have the passive healing. And that's what you saw there. Like when we were fighting 1v1, we could kill them quickly. But as soon as we get hit by 3 or 4 people, it's really hard to stay alive without that healing. And a Blaze was saying 1 bar suffers against really good players. Carter said you need 30k resistances. On this build, we actually have pretty much that. Look at our resist. We are really tanky. For an Oakenstall build, we have a lot of resist. And then you need to run Power Band with some sick tanky sustain set. But they need to run 2 damage hits with Oakenstall. Well, that's why I went with the Essence Thief, because it gives you passive healing. When you pick it up, it gives you a bit of sustain, it gives you some damage. It's kind of a 3-in-1 set. It's very good. The other option is like Rallying Cry, but then if you use Rallying Cry, how do you proc it with a DK kit? This doesn't heal you. This doesn't heal you unless you're off balance. You've only got this heal and it's not a heal over time. So then you have to slot Vigor, then you lose a skill. You come back to the issue of lack of bar space. Reef's like, if you could do it with like Blood Craze, Mercy Resolve, Fossilise, Puncher, and Sweep, basically all skills that heal you possibly, but hard. Yeah, completely. Let's shoot for heal over time, so it's really hard to use it. The Templar could, because of Puncher and Sweeps, that will heal you, so it's easy to keep Rally up really fast. It's also sustained healing, so you do damage, you heal. It's nice. Calder says, yeah, because of BGs you need to be more tanky. No choice, can't have a Jordan build then. Go BGs. But yeah, completely. And I think as well with BGs, if you're like fighting, trying to 1vx, it's good. But the problem is though that you don't have the sustained healing and the sustain to do it on a 1 bar, like 1 bar typically. Calder said Shattering Rocks would be good to run and a heal. It is good. I don't think it sets immobilize though, so we can't get off balance. We can have a look at it. I think I've got it on here. But it's not on our skill lines. That's the reason why I couldn't use it. Because I either run 3 DK skills. The banners though, that's there because it's the snare immunity and it's also damage. So if I turn the banner off, I'll show you we actually lose a lot of damage. So our damage is 4,500. We lose like 400 damage. We do lose a fair bit of damage from it. It's not huge, but that damage means less healing, less damage, less burst. It's a mix. It's primarily medium, so I think it's 3 heavy, 1 light, 3 medium, so it's 3-3-1. But the Fossilized Reef is on the DK skill line. And then if we go down the DK skill line, so say we use the Earthen Heart, which has what we need, yeah? Yes, we could get Shattering Rock. It gives us some healing, it does a bit of damage, nice. Yes, we get these good passives down here. But you then look at the kit and go, okay, where's my burst skill? What am I going to hit people with that's going to do enough damage to kill them fast? Because Leap isn't going to kill them. Whip isn't going to kill them by itself. Even if you land them together, it's not going to do enough damage. And this was the issue I had when I was designing it. Kind of go, I could spam Flame Lash, or you could go, well, maybe you could use not Flame Lash and use Molten Whip and charge it up. You then have to use like Searing Strike or Fiery Breath. Cold is like you could whittle them down. You can whittle them down, but when they sit in the Templar Hills, I'll show you the Templar Hills for like context. They are absolutely nuts. So if you go skill lines and put on Restoring Light, so if you get rid of Assassination for a sec, this is a armor buff. So let's go with our armor here. So this is 700 health a second, yeah? If you stand inside it, it's 3 times as strong, so it's basically 2,100 health if you're in it. This is basically like 1,500 health if you stand on top of it in PvP. Super, super good. That's 1,500 health already. You put this down on the floor, and you say you go with the cleanse. This is 2.7 every 2 seconds, so that's roughly 1,300 every 2 seconds. Plus, so it's 2,600 health instantly every second, essentially. So like, you're getting 2.5k healing every single second without any passive, like any active healing. That's just passively, just sitting these things. That was going to negate a lot of damage for free, and so that kind of whittled them down. It's really hard when those are things are just out everywhere. So many people use the Templar line for those reasons. It's a really good brawling line. Everyone's running the same stuff. Heals, Wardens, Animal Companions, Assassination. Yeah, the Templar heals are great. The Warden's Animal Companion for sustain and burst, like the breach. The Betty cleanse, like more sustain, more damage. And you got Assassination for the burst skill, or Storm Calling if you're a sorcerer. And you can fill up mobility. Then you put in Dawnbreaker. Calder says everyone runs the same stuff basically. It's yes and no. People run the same stuff before. The difference was if you're a Nightblade you ran X, if you're a Templar you ran Y. The difference is you just run the same skills now with similar sets. You always get a meta, and we can moan about the meta however much we want, but people will gravitate towards it because it's the easiest way to play the game. I prefer more niche and fun builds. That's just me. It'd be great if I can jump over that route. I'm gonna go around it. I gave up. I gave up going around it. Yeah, I like builds that I like, so I'm just saying spread out. They've got a healer with them already, yeah? Is there a good sigil up here? I'll grab that. Thank you very much. Oh, I found some fence. Look at this. One dead. We stayed alive long enough. They literally all ran to me. They all ran to me, didn't they? Got 2 assists though. It's like bees to honey when you make content, honestly. You would just love it. Cheeky spec bow. Yeah, I think we're going to win this quite quickly. No, you do not hit him. Have an immobilised too. Have him leap snap. Yeah, have a spec bow. Oh, I got greedy. I was trying to go for the kill. I got too greedy. I ran through the fake carver. Don't do that. It's bad for you. Yeah, don't run through fake carver. Very, very bad for you. The only thing you find with a DK is it's really hard to get confirmed kills. Like, that's the big thing I found with Dragonknight. No matter how you run it, unless you got a leap, it's really hard to like get the kill, confirm it. Nice big burst over there though. There's a lot of range from up there. I don't have the range immunity from here. Because I'm sustained back. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I can't move. Can't move. Can't move. I don't know what happened. I got stuck in something. Literally could not move. Oh, my controller died. That was why. I was pushing buttons. My controller's dead. 1 sec. Let me just plug it in. There we go. That would explain why I couldn't move. I was thinking, like, what ability was that? That was awesome. I want it. Reeve says he's running Draconic Animal Gravelord, enjoying it. Struggle with Werewolf. Struggling with Werewolf? I'm assuming that's what you mean. Is that a 2-bar though? Nice. Dead. That's a cheeky spec bow there. Yeah, see, the spec bow is quite nice. Being able to charge it up is very, very useful. Ah! Went for the little bash. The people inside. Get the fiery weapon. There's so much like damage from the top. Got a couple kills though. Have yet to see someone fossilize fake carve. I really want to make a fake carve build, like actually make it viable. It's just really bloody clunky as a skill. So, I don't know if you saw how much tarnish that was on me there, but that was a lot of tarnish there. I would explain all the AoE, I just had so much AoE damage on me. I had 10 assists there, that's tons. I made a triple kill as well. So yeah, DK's fun, it's just, it doesn't do well in outnumbered fights. That's the only problem with it. It is like my experience of the actual thing. Yeah, 2-bar. 2-bar will be so much easier. I do one more BG with it. So 2-bar, Deep Fissure, Blast Bones, Take Flight combo, Rally, Back Bar, Bloodspawn at the moment. Yeah, Bloodspawn's awesome. On DK, Bloodspawn's really nice. The reason I don't use it is because the Earthen Heart passives had the sustain. So again, like, if I show the combat metrics for people, you can see the damage we're doing. Pyroban does a lot of our damage. Right? So there it is. It's like, Relentless Focus, that's a 6k there. Pyroban's, it did 15,000 in 34 seconds. Yeah, you could. I did try like Ethereal Ascension, Goldest. The issue with that is things cost more. I tried Mark of the Prayer. The problem with like those kind of sets is you get more resist, yeah. So if you look at what we're doing currently, we have speed on the head to get speed. So this is our like essentially movement skill. And then gone with lots of imp and reinforced. And quite a lot of heavy. We're using a Nord race to give us more armor. And then we've got major and minor resolve on. And then so it gives us a lot of resistances. And then with the monster set, so if we look at what we're doing here, let's move recovery there. But the challenge that you have if you do that, you lose a lot of damage. DK has an issue with damage already. Like, you can see like, for example, when we're hitting people with a spec bone, that's one of the harder hitting skills in the game for like 6.3k. 6.8k, and that's a crit. 7k, that was a crit. It's not enough damage, so losing all that damage. Bear in mind, we've got essence to boost our damage and give us sustain and healing. It's really hard to kind of go, well, you're just going to tickle people to death. Iron Blood's not that good anymore, it got nerfed, so I wouldn't run that. They're going to rush to the relic, aren't they? I'm going to move up this way. I'm not going to sprint anymore. Okay, there's 3 of them there, so I'm going to move around here. And they will follow me. Nope. Okay, I was hoping one would follow me. There's a lot in there. That was nice. I went for the big Coag, they got me with the contingency. Fiery Burst. Yeah, it's literally chip at them and then leap spec bow or immobilize spec bow. Because you don't have enough, you just really struggle with like burst otherwise without spec bow. At least it heals us. Is it corrosive roughly does? Yeah, corrosive is disgusting. So you can tell when he's got corrosive when you hit them for the same number every single time. That's corrosive. I was hoping it was going to wear out so I can get the spec bow on him. I did also consider that, but again, that's not on the right skill line. We've got the relic. So like 1v1 is fine, but when as soon as you're getting outnumbered, it's really tricky. Wreck and blow people move out the way. That thing goes through freaking trees. It's corrosive again. The thing, the fake carver goes to the trees as AoE.
Magnificent! We've seized the relic.
I will take the essence block. Oh, freaking spell wall. Him dead. Oh. Yeah, corrosive is very good.
We have secured the relic.
Spec bow. Love a bit of spec bow. Power band's decent. I'll keep the power band. I wouldn't lose that. The problem is, okay, for it. The problem with like power band is that it's good, but it doesn't get buffed by the corrosive. He literally like loves living for it, doesn't he? That bean hits him very freaking hard. We found them. Found them. Yeah, bean's really. The DK's okay, we're getting kills with it. Hoping we get a 1v1 down here. Go on, matey. Yeah, he's gone through buffs. He's gone for the Warden hill, AoE hill. See, look, Templar runes, so I need to get him out of that because he doesn't have so much passive healing in there. Ah. But yeah, he's running, so he's literally using the Warden assassination Templar shenanigans. So when he did, I literally just moved out of the AoE heals because he's got so much healing. He's also running, that's trying to give him CC in the years. Oh yeah, he's literally got the Warden class mastery script, so when he gets like hurt, he heals, and then that will mean you put down a big rune on the floor, so it's basically a delayed stun, which basically means you can just hold block and keep spamming heals until they get stunned and then counter. He then has the rune and the cleanse to sit in, again, that 2,000-3,000 health a second is a lot of healing. And he's using concealed weapon. You'll see in the last fight, I'll show you. So we hit him for about 7k, that's him there. And that's why we needed the spec bow, because we almost killed him with the spec bow and the leap. We got him really low, he had a big thing on the floor. But if you look at the damage, he's literally got concealed weapon, deep fissure, magical burst, literally Nightblade stuff. So he's using lots of like meta things, and it's what works. But you can see, like, 1v1, this still does well enough. Golder says he thinks he's MLG when he beats me after a long jaw of close knockouts, but when he knows I'm using Oakensaw. You know, 2 bars better than Oakensaw, it is. There's no getting around that. But Oakensaw's fun. I enjoy it. And, you know, this definitely feels like the most viable Oakensaw build I've found. With these meaty boys over here. This is literally like Battle of the Sorcerers. Reeve says, I have a very important question. 7 tunes, 1 of each class. How do I stop myself from gearing and send them all the same and wanting to play them all? Do you mean playing them all the same, sorry, or do you mean like being able to switch between the different classes? So he's so close, he is so close to dying. The other one seems to have way better sustain with his like shield management. We'll wait as long as we can. I want to see. Oh no, he's gone into the BG. He might be in the same BG as me then. I will switch character after this because we've been on this a little while, but you can see how it does. Playing all like a bit differently. I think it comes down to kind of how wacky you want to theory craft, personally. Like, I very much like a... Sorry, I was just multitasking badly. I personally like the idea of like going, what can I do to make a different build or make something that's like unique? And I think of a playstyle. I then double down on that playstyle to go, how can I make it workable? So like with the Oakensaw DK, this one here, I was like, I want a Dragonknight, I want it to feel like a Dragonknight, I want to use Oakensaw, what can I do to get that feeling? So what can I do to get that feeling? And then I was like, well, Pyreband is like the obvious, it's the dot sustain set, it's really good pressure. Grab that, thank you very much. Oh my ult. Ah, good. Sorry, I'm just moving around. a nice burst combo there. These are very bad players. Yeah. When you get matches like this, it's glorious. I was going for the leap on him, that poor dude. Oh, I spec bone a leap ready. The guy's literally been spamming execute, he has. Spec bow! Oh, a big spec bow. We'll try and charge 10 up. 1, 2. Mobilize. Oh, I got greedy there. Over a nice hill. Oh, that's an interesting little combo it's in there. That was very interesting. It did a hot class chill. Got 11 assists. DK leaps are so satisfied, for sure. This feels like a bit of a slaughter fest, this one. Love it. Well, weird time to get CC'd. Ah, oh, got me in the execute. Mage is rough. Yeah, he's using it. Spamming execute he is, by the way. Cold is saying, I think you like Sulk best. I like Warden best. Warden's my favourite class. Personally, it's like an AoE Sulk. Here, have one of these. You have that. You have one of those. There you go. That was a nice burst combo. But no, Warden's my favourite class. Sorcerer at the moment is one of the most effective, simply because the class mastery is so strong. And also, the reason I made a lot of Warden Sorc videos recently is simply because, well, A, they're very good, but if you want to try and gank and stuff and assassinate people, the class mastery is by far the best thing for it. There you go. Someone said what kill? Come down. Where's your contract person? He literally just leapt and stole both those kills. Look at the dots go, the dots do the work. I got greedy. Got a lot of dots at me. Yeah, we've had 5 kills. Executes are keen for this kind of mode. Cold is saying before subclassing I was 1vxing with Oaken Sword, but only in BGs, never in Cyrodiil. A lot of it is also the MMR changes as well. The other thing to factor up in is that, you know, when you get matches like this, for example. Can my leap fire? No, oh, that's not my leap. That was the spec bow. I was into the sound. I was too busy talking. I should have fired a spec bow. Yeah, when you're getting matches like this and you've got lots of people that are squishy, it's way easier. When you have matches where they're tanky and stuff, it's harder. And then what you've then got is, now that more people run what is the meta spec here, you find that people often You find that people often will like have more AoE heals on the floor because people are running Wardens, they're running Templars. And so the Templar Rune, the Templar Cleanse, they're on the floor a lot more than usual. There's a lot more Polar Wind spam than usual. So those things kind of combined means there's a lot more passive healing. Like it's not uncommon now to see even DPS builds have like 200k healing, which doesn't sound like a lot. He stole the kill again. That would kill again. My kill. You're not sitting this time. You keep sitting on my kills. And so many assists. My food's gone. Everyone gets sickled. We had 21 assists. That shows you the lack of a execute. Yeah, so the leaps are just so satisfying. Monkeys like leaps are satisfying, 100%. Cogsbra says, "You made it to NA yet?" Yeah, I've got an account on PC NA. I find personally, just going to sound a bit harsh, I find NA easier to fight on, personally. People build very differently on PC NA, in my opinion. You've got a lot of people that will build for more damage rather than survivability. PC EU build a lot of like high health, high healing. On NA it's much more damage focused. So it's much easier to like counter and rock, paper, scissors. You know, you go for a bit more bulk, they can't kill you. That's just my like experience. Again, it's not like scientific, it's just what I've noticed having played both. The other thing as well, like with NA when I'm playing over there's time zone difference. You know, if I'm on NA, I'm fighting people who maybe are not like at their peak because I'm from Europe, so I might be playing like when it's 4 PM. Who's gonna be playing at 4 PM possibly in NA? I don't know. Reef says EU is always harder. I find EU more sweaty. This is a heavy attack build, by the way, that I'm working on. I need to make a video for it. This is a lot of fun. Lot of fun. It is not a 1vx build. Not a 1vx build. But what it does well is just heavy attack and cheese people down. And you can't blame them. You know, you can't not like that. So, yeah. Just checking that I haven't missed anything from chat earlier. Coldest and Reef both said I like Sulk the most. Sulk's great. I think just the Sulk for ganking is the best at the moment. The class mastery gives you bonus damage. It's a no-brainer. Reef says Arc is his favourite in PvE. Nightblade is my set grinder. Sulk is my ganker. DK is PvP but group. Templar is werewolf. Warden is a tank. Healer PvE. I think I want minor toughness, so I might make him a werewolf. Calder says Oakensaw Warden when. That's something I'm working on, so I need to give like a bit more thought to it. When I build my builds, I focus on skill bars because I find that's the most effective way to build the class. So like if we went to sort of skills, yeah, this is what I'm using on this one. But on a Warden, on an Oakensaw build, you have to have animal companions because thematically you need Scorch. This is your burst skill. You then need some kind of healing. Now Warden doesn't have any good heals, in all honesty. The heal lines are pretty bad. I would probably substitute Green Balance and use Restoring Light. I then either go down the route of do I use the Clanthea as the spammable, or do I go down the Ice theme and use an Ice Staff, then maybe Master's Ice Staff, instead of this spammable. Master's Eye stuff gives you loads of damage, which is awesome. So now I have a pretty good spammable. Or this sets them off balance, which gives me a kind of stun. Again, this could be useful. So I'd probably use like Deep Fissure, Cliff Racer or Ice Reach, Honor the Dead. I need a movement skill, which is going to be Falcon or Swiftness. I then have a flex spot. I need some kind of either additional burst skill, or I need an additional heal over time. I could use something like contingency and maybe use ice contingency. I'm thinking with like resolve on the back bar and go for like healing in the middle. So I'm kind of still looking at it basically. It's kind of where I'm at. Like I need it to be kind of a semi-melee build because of the nature of the class. The ult will probably be Dawnbreaker because there's no good Warden ult. And yes, you can go like, oh, Sleet Storm, but it doesn't do enough damage. So, yeah. That's where I'm kind of thinking with the Warden. Not sure if, that's the optimal way, but I'm trying to keep it to feel like a Warden. The other option is I drop the Winter's Embrace passive skill line. So if I go, well, actually, I keep the green balance and use Living Trellis. And then I could use like Necropotence and maybe, just thinking out loud now actually, I could use Dark Magic. Yeah, let me switch to my Warden quickly. Now that I'm thinking about it, I want to switch to my Warden. Because we're not queued for BGs either, sorry. We're queued for BGs, oh we are. Just UI bug. I'll try and get one BG with this, and then I'll switch to the Warden. I'm just thinking out loud that whether we do something like Dark Magic from the Sorcerer, Animal Companions with Green Balance, and then I could utilise High Max Magicka because you got the Dark Magicka passive from the Crystal Weapon. You've also got the heal over time from like Living Trellis. You got the passive healing from Dark Magic passive, Blood Magic. You got the extra pen from the Dark Magic. You can delay the burst with like your Ice Reach. I would have to use Scribing then as a heal. So I need to use like probably Healing Soul with Class Mastery. So just thinking like different ways we can make it work. And this is a bit I like with PvP and Theorycrafting. This is what I'm like into. That kind of, oh, how could I get that? Yeah, Calder says Templar, best healing skill is Templar. It depends on what you want to do. If you're a Brawler, look at this, I'm on a heavy attack build. So if I put this down, this isn't like no CP, this is 2,500 health every 2 seconds. So I put this down, I can sit in this, move away from those heals. Put heals on me, I don't want the heals on me. Put the heals on me. But I'll show you this, I'll literally put this up. Ready? So I've got passive heal in there. If I put this down here, 900 health a second. Check out this as well. So there's 900 health a second, and every 2 seconds I get 1200. And I could literally just sit in this as I'm fighting, and I'm healing for free. And obviously this is not even like a high damage build. Those heals go on damage. The heal also gives you resources, which is obscene. Damage. Don't, no, wait for me. Oh, yeah, he waited, what a lad. Okay, this is a heavy attack build. Oh, the damage sigil, glorious. Oh, I have one of these. Love it. Okay, I've not had a damage sigil with this before. Yeah, there you go. No, you do not get away. Yeah, so my damage sigil is gone, so all the damage you see from now is my just normal damage, okay? With just heavy attacks. Dead. No, you're not running out, he's dead. What do you think of this build? Like, pop down. There's no people. No, you do not hit him with Flame Bottom. Shame on you. Oh, 7k at the end. Disgusting. Yeah. This has a stupid amount of penetration as well. So like even against tanky players, it hits stupidly hard. There's a splash, look. Oh, almost got him. Come on, come on. Oh. Oh, dead. I've had 9 kills so far. This is so stupid, isn't it? Go with that candidate. So yeah, this works stupidly well, as you can tell. Dead. Another kill. No, no. No, I've got heals as well. There, I got him as well. That's 12 kill streak. It's just stupid. No, my heavy attacks do more than yours. No, go away, go away, go away. Yeah. Leave me to it. It's 4k a tick, it is. Literally. There's 5k there. Yeah, I have this. No, you do not. See, that's just a passive healing then. Stupid. Dead. It's just... you can have one of these, and you can die. There, got him. Yeah, so I don't know whether to make this thing public, by the way, because you can see what it does. Yeah, this is like this is the heavy attack hero version 2. It's pretty good. I don't know. I don't know if I should make this public, as in, because it's going to get abused. Like this is going to get heavily abused. I know this, but we all know this. And I'll show you the combat metrics. If you look at this, yeah, the damage. This is like the little ticks, I believe. Reef says, "What stats?" That's the thing. If I show the stats now, people are going to copy it. And it's really annoying to fight against. Like, really annoying to fight against, as you've seen. Like, you sit with a healer and you can just... And you can't dodge it. You can't dodge the attacks because they're so cheap to cast because they're free. Stupid. Yeah, so these are the little ticks, yeah? And this is the explosion. So this little tick, yeah, we got... Average was 3k, yeah, almost. So 6k, their average is 2.6. So you get 3 of these and then 1 of these. You get 2 of these and 1 of these, so that's like... 5, 10, 16,000, essentially with 1 heavy attack. If they like, that's pretty nuts, isn't it? And it's very, very consistent. So, yeah, that's my penetration, by the way. So we have a lot of pen for 1 bar build. We've got a lot of penetration, and then we're doing lots of shenanigans. Like if you look at it, for example, it's like, well, why would you use this skill? It's a 15% dot boost to damage over times. The Gravelord, 10% dot boost. This is 10% to our heavy attacks. This is 15% to our heavy attacks. Huge bonus damage there. Awesome. 6% to our heavy attacks. These all little things add up very, very fast. We use the new Mythic, which is a 50% damage boost. So if you're not seeing the new Mythic, this is awesome. For this build specifically, this is like, oh, chef's kiss. I'll find it. I'll show you the Mythic. I utilise this. So it increases your damage done with non-ultimate heavy attacks by 50%. So basically when I just hold a heavy attack, I get a 50% damage boost So this is like the old Empower. And yes, you can put off balance on this. I did try it with a Warden. So you can change this to be a Warden. All you lose is the spear. And you put on Cliff Racer, which sets off balance, which gets you a stun still. So our heavy attack modifier is like 50% there, plus almost the stuff, plus 15% there, plus 10% here, so that's like another 25%, plus the 6% from here, plus the Templar class mastery, plus the courage. So like when we actually buff up with our damage, this is what our damage looks like. We've got a good amount of spell damage. 4.2k, it's nothing to sniff at on an Oaken build. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't go bounty for that. There's literally a guard there. I did not get a bounty for that. Anyway, so yeah, that's the heavy attack hero. I'm going to switch to the Warden though, because we were talking about that earlier. But like my fear with like these kind of wacky builds, it's so out there. Like it's so out there. It's literally optimized for heavy attacks only. That is literally what that thing does. That's it. But my kind of worry is that if you make stuff like this public, it gets nerfed. I've had this happen many times with videos I've made before. Like I don't know if you remember the old Mistform shenanigans. So I made loads of videos about the Mistform and like abusing it with proc sets and infinite sustain with I forgot what the set's called. This one from Tempest Island, I think it is. Overcharge or something. But basically when you do damage you got a 15% chance to get some resource back. And you just chuck on loads of proc sets. And I made loads of videos abusing that heavily. And it was really like effective. This is my Sorcerer Warden type build. This is meant to have lots of magicka. They changed it though, so it lost a lot of magicka because of some of the nerfs, like this patch. With Bound A just losing 10% magicka, that's a huge nerf for this build. You need to have a permanent pet, because this is not a permanent pet. And it's only a 5% boost now, so this like doesn't work as well as it used to. We can try it. I will think of like an Okator version. But yeah, do you think I should make a video on the heavy attack hero and like make it public? Because people will run it. It is a very easy build to run. You've got loads of health. It's very like forgivable if you make a mistake. That's kind of my worry, that it's just going to be constant heavy attack spam. We saw what happened. I made a few builds like this and then they changed how Empower works in PvP and got rid of it. And they also then nerfed all the sets I used and said it now only affects monsters. Because people, and I wasn't the only one doing this, but lots of people made those builds and it broke PvP. You just get heavy attacked by 3 people, you can't do anything. That's my fear. Because like the members like only builds that I do are like wacky stuff like this. They're just like really weird things. Right, like no heavy attack, please. Well, this is my thing because I know people are going to run it. But I know people are going to go, this is absolute bull. This just is so toxic to fight against. You got 4 or 5 people do this against you, and you're taking 10, 15,000 damage, and you can't keep doing this. The heavy attacks lock onto you. So yes, you might dodge the first 1 or 2, but when you finish the roll dodge, you get hit with it. Are you going to run out like Stam? And then you go, well, you know what, how can we make it even more toxic? Let's chuck into Rune Cage, because that's the stun they can't avoid. Or let's put in the Arcanist stun and use Rune of the Colourless Pool. And then you know what, we then make them eat the heavy attack so they can't roll dodge it. Like they also heavy attack spear, you can't avoid the spear. But you can't block it, sorry. So like, I'm just really mindful that it will get abused heavily. and I don't want to like create a meta that I don't enjoy. Because I wouldn't enjoy walking about and being hit with 10, 15, 20k heavy attacks every 3 seconds. And that's from one player. You've got 2 or 3 people do this. So that's my like thinking. This is an old build, just for heads up, so I need to check it still works. Love a bit of Warden. But yeah, a lot of it's all the percent boost, just stacking them on top of each other. Keep the vines on. I really enjoy Warden. VMS Cole says heavy attack hero public. No, not walking into that beam. He literally stayed in the beam, did he? That's my heal. Yeah, got a kill. Ryan says he's running a heavy attack build, and I like that. It's not meta. Yeah, the one that I made, I've deliberately made it in such a way where it works against tanky players. Oh! Huge burst. That was nasty. That was nasty. Warden, I love Warden. I find this combo so satisfying. I got him with the deep fish. Oh! Another Dawnbreaker, thank you. Big shield, big shield. Don't die! Don't die! Don't die! Don't die! I just don't. Try to keep him alive. That was a nice burst, wasn't it? You can tell I play Warden pretty well. I play like the old school Mag Warden. Love Mag Warden. Yeah, our shield, look how big our shield is. Okay, shield. Basically, it's based on running around 40k health. He's got heavy tabs back. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what you're doing on yours, Ryan. There's not many heavy attack sets that work in PvP. That guy had like... I hate when they put little things on me. Don't go, no, you don't run away. Not using Nightslayer. I pushed my potion multiple times. Because no, you do not. Nah, he's not getting away. He's not getting away. I love Warden, you can probably tell. 12 kills. 12 kills in the Magnet's pretty solid. Put some vines up, go get our heals, put on our buffs. Nice burst there, that was a huge burst combo there. Huge burst combo. Oh, got me to got up there. Got me the poison injection through the wall. You see me going through the stairs. I was hoping to get around there to get the tree ult going. Get the tree ult, I didn't get it though. That's not bad for a little first go on the Warden. It's been a while since I've used it. But yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, poll at the moment says consider making it public, even though it'll probably get nerfed. Some people are like, no, keep it not. Reef says Night Slayer and Shattered, no. Night Slayer is decent. The problem is it doesn't scale particularly well. It doesn't boost your heavy attacks. Let's think about how we can make this into an open build. Reef says, so your green balance for Trellis and Toughness. I used the Trellis for like heal over time. So it's basically like Vigor. It's a better Vigor. And you can put on allies. Because Vigor's good, don't get me wrong, look at Vigor. It's 15k, and obviously I'm not buffed up on my damage and stuff, so it's not on the right build, but if you compare them, 16,200 over 5 seconds, this is 2,300. So if you times that by 5, you're looking about 13,000 plus this 5k here. So you end up getting the same amount of healing as Vigor with one cast over a longer period. You can put those on allies, you can then spam casters to get more like burst healing. So this is obviously 15k over 5 seconds. This is, if you did this 3 times, it's 15k over 3 seconds, so it's more bursty. And what's nice with this is that you can put this on and have a shield, and as your shield gets hit, the vines and heal you. So that's why I like that. I was trying to make like the old school Warden vibe, because that's how Magical Warden used to play many years ago, with the light armor mag shield. But yeah, I want to think about an open soul Warden. So you're welcome to come along the ride with me and see what we can get. I have done subclassing on this, so let's just save the build quickly. There's Armory Man. I think this is what we're using, Frostbite. Yeah, okay. So this is what we currently have. I'm going to reset the skills and then see what we can come up with. Clear all lines. So one of the things I'm thinking about is if we use animal companions, we can obviously go Deep Fisher. I can't put them in the right spot, which is really annoying, but we'll do like Cliff Raiser, Deep Fisher. We need a burst heal of some kind. And let's put on the other Warden one so we don't lose it. We need a mobility skill. The mobility skill will be the swiftness, but you'd use the Deceptive Predator, so you get minor evasion, because you've got Berserk already. We still need a burst heal and a stun. So we'll probably use Dawnbreaker, because if you're in melee range anyway, it's a cheap ult, it hits hard, it's pretty good. So then the question is, healing wise, because you don't get much healing from these skills, I feel like we need to obviously have a big burst heal. Now the only good burst heal we have as a Warden is Winter's Embrace and stacking health, which I don't like doing, it feels a bit weird, personally. So my initial thoughts are maybe restoring light instead of Winter's Embrace, go for One of the Dead, because you've got really good like healing passives here. So there are some like good passives here. Unfortunately, see, I want it to feel like a Warden though. That's like the obviously awkward bit. Reef going to unfortunately puncture in sweep and Merciless Resolve. Yeah. Because you could use Restoring Light. That will give us really good healing. The green balance isn't bad healing. You get the minor toughness, you get the healing here, but there's no like big burst heal in this line. Like you could use, take a skill point out because I'm low on skill points. I know I can't morph that yet. You could use the Budding Seed, but you have to double cast it, which is not that reliable. The Fungal Growth is not that reliable. Neither of these, so these are like pretty bad, both of those. This isn't a good enough heal, so I don't feel like there's a good enough heal in this line, and these passives, although they're cool, I don't think they're worth it, personally. You get lots of sustain, you do get a bit of healing, you get minor toughness, you get major mending for free if they're low health. So like there's the reasons to use this. I don't think this is big enough if we're in trouble. That's my feeling, having used like you can't rely on Living Trellis as the burst heal. So then if we're swapping that out for a better line, we do it, and then do we swap out? One of my thoughts would maybe go get rid of Green Balance, put a Crystal Weapon, because this hits hard. The Blood Magic gives us more max resource. It also gives us healing when we utilise it, so it's more passive healing. We can control this burst, which makes it easier to line up with Deep Fissure and Screaming Cliff Razor. So I use this on my Oakensaw Sulk and it works very well, as we've seen. So I think, you know, having this hit with Cliff Razor is 2 spam balls at once. If you land it with Dawnbreaker or Deep Fish, you've got huge burst windows. You've got a little bit of passive healing, you've got some passive healing from these, because with the Warden one, you get health every time you use one of these. So I wonder whether this would be, this are my initial thoughts for like an Oakensaw Warden. Or do we go down the route of going cut and dive? Because we got a bleed. We can obviously mess around with the sustain to make it sustainable. And there wouldn't be much magic drain on the build. But we then have, we're thinking of like skills that double dip. So this is damage and a bit of bonus damage. Now if you hit them twice with this and you spam, you get 400 damage. This is huge damage. So this becomes really good. So after dealing damage, you get 100 weapon spell damage for 10 seconds, which quadruples after damaging off-balance enemies. Very, very good. I don't know if you need to respam this. I might test that actually quickly, because that's a huge damage boost, which will then make the heal better. The question is, do you think going Dark Magic, would this feel Warden enough? Is kind of my question. Do we feel like we're enough of a Warden? We've got 3 skills and 3 random ones. Because there's no good Warden ult for damage that we can use. None of them are reliable. So that's kind of where I'm at. Maybe there. I'm just going to have a look at scribing and see whether we can get a scribe burster instead. That has a 8,700 tooltip. Now we could use Willed Soul with, so it's the same tooltip with Class Mastery, which gives us a stun. We don't have a stun in the kit. And then we could then use Vitality, Major Mending, Major Nature and Earth. Yeah, that would be quite cool actually. Quite like that idea. What would he drop though? I also need to level up the skill line. That's the other downside because I've not leveled that one up. If you look here, it's like the only. I've been doing them slowly, but not that, not that at all. But what would we drop? Like we need a stun. Let me go to the Scholarium quick. Because it comes down to bar space, that's where we are really. The issue we have is actually bar space. We don't have a stun, that's reliable. But if we use the Warden Class Mastery, we do get a stun. Need to buy that Mastery on this one. Because that max stat boost is really nice. It's kind of like what the Warden has with the health. So I'll go already. I do like the Nature and Earth vibe though, that's quite cool. We could drop something though. So we could go with Healing, Class Mastery. I need to put Vitality on here, I don't have that yet. A Healing Contingency does, the Class Mastery causes it to stun. So even if I went with Willed Soul, Healing, Class Mastery, Vitality. So when we utilise this skill, we throw out the Class Mastery which has the stun. So we could use this. Done. Big kills. Scales and damage. Tooltip wise, 8733. 873. It's the same healing, same cost, pretty much. It is literally the same cost. So I wonder whether we use this. This is for the heal. So you've got passive healing for like heal over time effect if we spam these regularly enough. These all will give us heals. Do we use Crystal Weapon though? I'm going to move them into where I normally keep the skills just for like my sanity. Soul Magic. So that is an option. We could do that possibly. If we did a contingency, we could do healing. It's less. Class Mastery. Resolve, get some more armor in the build. So 8733 74. If I got this, I just wonder whether increasing the max magic are enough. Would that be useful enough to offset it? 8733, what's that now? 7-2. Yeah. So I do think the Healing Soul might be better, even with the passives. Like this is slightly more expensive, about 400. It's not huge. But you get the Major Vitality, which gives you way more healing. That 12% healing boost is going to be noticeable. So this is my thoughts for Warden. If we look at the class sets for Warden, on the Infinite Archive, wherever it is, here it is. Warden. Your Ares cool. So dealing damage with a light attack applies Eagle Mark. Eagle Mark hurt causes an enemy to attack your. So Eagle's Mark causes an eagle to attack your enemy every 3 seconds, dealing next damage. Applying Eagle's Mark grants you Ares cool for 12 seconds, increasing your damage done with animal companions by 10% against enemies with Eagle's Mark. This effect can occur every 3 seconds, but cannot be applied to enemies who have Eagle's Mark. You can only have one at a time. not a bad, like looking at the 2-3 pieces, they're not bad. They're pretty decent. Oh, you got the Seasons one. Again, Herald the Spring, causing you green balance over heals to apply minor heroism. Casting a heal ability while bracing, consumes Herald the Spring, gives you Harbinger of Fall. Causing you green balance over heals to create an 8 meter thing that gives major cowardice, minor vitality. Harbinger of Fall ends, regain Herald of Spring. I wonder whether this might be good, the Ares set. I've not used it myself personally. I've seen people use it. I'm just wondering if it's 10% damage boost and we are utilising these here. Shattered Fate, for context, is a 12% damage boost. This is obviously a 10%, but you also get the bonus damage here. Have any of you guys used this set in PvP? Like, what I want to know is, if you hit one target and you switch targets, does the mark move instantly or does it have that delay? That's my concern. And I don't know the answer to that. I can check on the PTS, which I might do in a second. But if one of you knows the answers to this already, it would be quite useful. It says this effect can occur once every 3 seconds, but cannot be applied to enemies who have equals mark. You can only have one active at a time. So I'm reading this as you can put this on one person, but you have to wait 3 seconds to put it on a new one. That's how I read this. I don't know if that's right. Because it'd be quite cool to have like extra animals coming out, extra birds. It's quite thematic with what we're trying to do. It's another set to farm, which I really don't want to do, but it could be quite fun. But yeah, that's my kind of thinking for maybe a Warden, to feel like a Warden. We could obviously use the Ice Reach, use an Ice Staff, but because we don't have the passive here, we don't get the damage boost. Yeah, Reef says, seems like for 2 seconds you can change target freely. What we'll do is, if you bear with me, I will switch onto the PTS. Oh. I will have to close this down, so there'll probably be a bit of a black screen, so I'll put on a montage of some gameplay whilst I switch between live and PTS. Okay? So this is the 2-bar Sorcerer. This is like stupidly fun. The video comes out on Monday. It's available now if people are like Bronze Plus members, so you can see it there. Very, very high burst. Stupidly good. 2-bar, super tanky. It's kind of like more of a 1vx build in all honesty. We have 30k resist and like 3,800 crit resist. It was super tanky. Super tanky. I will switch to the PTS because I want to test the Oaken build and just go, can we get one working over there? And we can also then check that because it would make it would feel more thematic with what we're trying to do. The burst on this one here, that this, oh, look at this, watch this video. 3, 2, 1, fall health to 0. It's disgusting. Actually disgusting. I'm fighting this dude here. He's on a quite a good build. We go toe to toe. I end up killing him. But he's using like no Arcana. That set's disgusting. Very, very disgusting to fight against. And he's super tanky, as you can tell. But we're very tanky as well, so that's awesome. Okay, so it looks like that's on. You can see it's quite a long fight with that guy in it. Very long fight. What I'm doing though, and I say in the gameplay guide, is that basically because he was so tanky, I knew I needed to charge the ult, so I charged my ult to almost 200, and then I go for the damage. So now that I'm going for the damage, he's having to roll loads of it because I've got so much overload. So he's just going to roll and then roll and roll. but because he's having to roll so much, he's so low on resource. I then go for the stun, but he had a move pot. So I keep the pressure on him, but he's like super low, so he can't get his heals out and stuff easily. And then we get the kill. It's a good little fight. It's good. That was a good fight. That was. I'll use this character here. But yeah, I'm on the PTS at the moment, so we're going to quickly just throw together roughly one of the we'll throw together one of the like Oaken builds. Can we get it working basically? And I don't know the answer to it, so we'll try. So I'll end the poll there. If you joined us, this is just us messing around on the 2-bar Sulk. Very nice, very good damage. But yeah, I'm over on the live. So what happens if people are curious is I end up baiting enough of those people, and then Master Assassin joins us. He's in our Discord, and we end up killing the whole group, which is always fun. But yeah, we're on the PTS. So what we'll do is, this has got subclassing already on it. We will go and get some stuff. The audio I just need to route to the right thing. Bear with me 1 second. I think it's that one. No, it's not that one. I've got different, like, I use voice meter. Anybody who's used it knows it's a bit of a pain. Let's probably this one here then. There we go, you should have game stand now. Yeah, so what we're checking, for people curious, is this is a PvE tank. Just if you're interested, this is what I use in PvE, or what I plan to use anyway. Vate, Brawler, Magma, Sword of Ruin, Turning Tide. It's like a dungeon tank. And the idea is that basically we can self-sustain because we utilise the Sorcerer stuff. I've made it where I can basically sustain my resources using this. I then obviously have armor buff for everybody, courage for everybody, shield for everybody, slight snare, stun or sustain for everybody, minor breach. We've got like this frost shield for everybody, with another like major minor breach. We've got major cowardice to reduce boss damage, AoE heal for everybody, armor buff for everybody, minor protection, minor resolve. Another pull. We then obviously have other sets that then give bonus damage here, bonus damage here, and with these combined it's like 430 plus 260 plus major vulnerability, so we give them loads of damage. That's like what this is designed to do, and it just lets you basically just face tank in PvE. It's really nice. But yeah, we'll go and answer that question. We'll save this so I don't lose it. But yeah, that's PvE tank if you're interested. I've not actually made a video on PvE stuff before, but I do it, believe it or not. It's just yeah, what we want to test is the class set. Is it really worth using? So we're on the PTS, just quickly checking how this class set actually works, and then can we make an Oaken version? So Ares Cry. Also, how does it scale in damage? That's useful to note. I'm just going to go for just some medium armor. But if it's a very good idea, I might have to farm this, which is a bit frustrating because they take ages to farm, as anybody knows. Trying to farm Fireband, you all know the pain. So we've got these set active, yeah? I will just redo our skill lines quickly. So we were planning to utilise animal companions with dark magic and something else. Now the question is, if we go down the healing route for soul magic, we can then put on something just for passives. So we're going to focus on passives mainly for the moment and just see what passives are there. When you heal yourself for an ally, so this is the green balance will give us toughness, but we can't benefit from any other passive. Let's change that. What does winter? I think winter's embraces armor and ice damage, isn't it? So chill. Won't benefit from that. Won't benefit from that. Just block. And status cheer. So that wouldn't benefit us. So we won't use that. I don't think the DK any of the DK ones benefit us. So Ardent Flame, what does that give us? So what I'm checking, if people are curious, is to go how, if we're making it 1 bar Warden, what could we add to make it better? Toxic Justice said, I farmed for Unleashed, Terror, Mace and Axe 26 runs. That's brutal. I did that with Unleashed Tarnished Nightmare, sorry. Trying to get the bow. Not fun. No, 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 and no. So that wouldn't benefit us. Reeve suggested Earthen Heart because we could use like Shattering Rocks for the heal. Gives us a stun, does a bit of damage. Could be quite nice. Or the passives. That's good for sustain, that's pretty good. You can't get one, that's decent for damage. I do think that is a really solid shout. I like the sound of that. What do you guys think? Let me put a poll up. Yeah. Which route do we go? Okay, so there's a poll up. I'm going to give you the pros and cons of both. If we go down the dark magic route, you get 10% magicka and stamina because of the passives, and passive healing each time you use dark magic, so each time you use a crystal weapon. And when you use the crystal weapon, it's like a delayed burst skill, so you can control the burst. It will hit harder than Shattering Rocks. It doesn't consume a CC cooldown. You get a minor sorcery, a minor prophecy passive too. If you go down the skill down of Earthen Heart, you get the nature and earth theme, which is quite cool. You got the heal still from here with a bit of fire damage. You then get ult, gives you resources, awesome. Martin's Blessing gives you brutality, more damage. Helping Hands gives you more sustain when you use Earthen Heart, so it becomes cheaper to use. So it gives us some stam sustain. So Earthen Heart gives us the ability to lock people in place easier and to heal, but we can't spam the healing and you can't control the burst as easily because the damage, this is 2665 on this build, it's a tank, but it will scale proportionally. If you went dark magic and got rid of this one, you already see crystal weapon is double the damage. So crystal will hit significantly harder, and it's got pen. You get cost reduction on everything, quite nice. Passive healing, more max resource. Not going to benefit from that, and more crit chance. And the question is, which thing's more thematic? Which feels more like a Warden? The ability to lock them in place with Shattering Rocks and nature, or the ability to hit them with crystal weapons and birds. So I'll leave that out there for people to have a little think about it. This is the route I was going to go, but we still got this like third skill line we're not even using. So we're just going through, so what can we use that was useful skill line wise? Don't think anything's good here. Fortress armor. We could probably use. Is it Nightblade? I think Shadow. Shadow that has this sustain passive. Yeah, we could get that. That's just a 15% sustain passive. And I know the Arcanist has one too, the Curative Runeforms. Because I was messing around with this before, the earlier edition, but I think you need a passive on it. I know, but you could use that 18% passive thing. These don't benefit us, we don't use Crux. We'd only get 18% there versus the Nightblade. This is the level of testing I do for my builds, by the way. Get rid of Curative Runeforms. 15%. We don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So actually, if just passive wise, it's better to use the Arcanist. It's just more sustain. So that's one thing we could do for just passive sustain. The Templars, what does that give us? Because some of them like rely on the things. There's just more healing when we're low health, which is nice. While standing thing, get minor mending. We don't have those. We don't have that. And we resurrect people, but that's not that useful. So I don't think this is useful. A bit of extra healing when they're low health. I don't think it's worth the extra losing 18% recovery. Necromancer. So that's just more dots. We need to have one of these. We can't get that. Can't get that. Can't get that. So that's not worth it. So I'm just going through to see what all the options are. Bone Tyrant gives us... we won't have the Bone Tyrant there. Just health. 2k health. It's not terrible. And what about Living Death? What does that give us? You have a negative... So that just more healing. We always have negative effects on us at all times. That might be better than Templar. That won't help. That won't help. That won't help. Yeah, I'm thinking Arcanist maybe. Because a lot of the other stuff, you need to have like things on you. So, just thinking out loud, and like this is just my initial thoughts. Screaming Cliff Racer. Need to test the damage. Does that update when we just light attack after, or do we actually have to recast this to get the damage? We'll quickly check that. We have 3,000 spell damage, 5,000 spell damage. Yeah, so it applies. Did it just do it automatically? After dealing damage, you increase your weapon and spell damage by 10 seconds, which quadruples after damaging off-balance targets. That applies straight away. Let me get in combat first and just check. They didn't do it again. Yeah, no way, that's insane. Okay, that's, I don't know, it's not meant to work like that. That does look quite cool, that little bird set. Is it the light attack that procs it? Yeah. That does look cool, doesn't it? And it feels like so thematic. Okay. I need to get a house quickly, because on Cliff Racer seems very good. 500 damage, like that is actually insane. I did not realise it was that freaking good. I'm gonna put on Betty on the back bar just to like show you the damage boost it would actually give us. So we've got 3,034 with Betty, 3,500, yeah. 4,100. It gave us about 550, that one skill. When we spam it. Yeah. And it just resets. And the off balance window probably disappears. We now lose a bit of damage there. And then it should come back on in about 10 seconds. So it basically gives you burst. That's a better way it went down. Yeah, that's quite good. That's quite cool. That's actually quite a good skill for burst. This is really big instant damage. Let's get our heal on. We're going to get the skills in the right place, and I'm going to check the set. I feel like we might actually be onto something here. That goes there. We want Wield Soul, Healing, Class Mastery. Because that gives us a stun anyway, we've got the stun on this. And Vitality. I feel like we might actually be onto a winner with this idea, as in skill wise at least. Go there's my burst heal. Dark magic is just a sustain buff, and like just boom. And then there's more max resource, which is nice. So when it wears off, you see our magic and stuff goes down. So it increases our stamina because that's our highest pull. It should do both though, I don't know why it's not doing both. Oh no, it's one or the other, it's the higher of your max resource. No, that's right then. We're going to go to a guild house, like a house where I can test the Eagle Mark thing. So let's just buy a cheaper house from here. This is on the PTS by the way, so the people are like, why they're so cheap, and this is why. Let's pop on over here. Okay. And then we'll travel there. Whilst we're there, I'm going to feed the cat, so 1 sec. Hello. So about I've fed the cat. The cat scratches the door and stuff. It's just annoying. Yeah. So what we're testing here is the Eagle Mark. Let's get loads and loads of skeletons. Let's get 10 of those bad boys. We're gonna place them down. 4, 5. Okay, so that's enough there. And we're going to put on an AoE ability. And we'll just hit them all so we're all in combat. I'm going to put on a staff as well, so it's easier to like do stuff. So this will get them all in combat. And then go Eagle Mark. Nope. Yeah, so Eagle Mark is doing what I think it's doing. Okay. So with that in mind, do you think it's worth it? It's a very cool thematic set. I don't think we need the stun because we've got the stun from here. What's the set called? I think it's airy something. This set here. So I put a poll, basically just explaining what it does. Should we use that set, Ares Cry? It can only be on one target at a time, but you can move it every 3 seconds. So if you hit lots of people, and obviously like realistically you're fighting a battleground, and you're going for this person here, with bonus damage, but you then switch targets. That's fine, but you have to switch again quickly. This one might miss one of the damage boosts. So like it will help you focus the person that you want to hit with your animal skills. You always get some free damage. Part of me is leaning towards yes, but I'm curious what you think. I'm going to throw the rest of it together now that we've got an idea of the skills, because I'm happy with the skills. I think Crystal Weapon's the only one I'm like not sure on, but I think these all feel and look Warden-y. They're like bluey, purpley, greeny colours. Just the thing about the ults now. I think Dawnbreaker is like the most consistent for what we're going to try and do here, or Meteor. Those are the options, I think. Let's get all the items out now, and we'll throw it together properly. So we'll get the mythics. Get on Oakensaw, wherever that is. We can check the damage as well. Equip that. Oakensaw. Get Ari's Cry. We'll use One Piece Magma anyway. Probably need a heavy chest. A light waist, because we can get the Undaunted passive this way around. Nope. And so part of me is wondering, Warden has the same issue that DK has in that you're melee, so you're going to be quite squishy, so you need some way to get resistance. Now this is an Ord, so that will help. But at the moment we only have 2k armor. Not a lot. Just thinking. I'm wondering whether to go down this route and get the magic and push the magicka up. So we could possibly try that. Use like sugar skulls. So that is one option I'm thinking. So maybe something like sugar skulls here, because this will get higher. Let's change our attributes around as well. So there's our attributes done. We'll put them all into health quick, all into magic from health. Then we might do like 16 health still. I don't mind losing about 4k. You want about 30k health, we do. We can obviously then put on glyphs to change this. I'm just seeing if this is worth it, because it's some sustain, it's not a huge amount. Let's get it out, because you got to bear in mind when we do the dark magic thing, it will push our resources up. And then obviously that then makes this set even better. So from 256 with 234 257, and obviously it goes up a bit more. So if we stack this, we're going to get more benefit out of this. I feel like our resistance can be quite low. We'd have to use like protective possibly. Which I don't want to do. How does that go? Let's get that a bit higher. What's our damage on? You're right. I think it's pronounced Ryuken, like in Street Fighter. Cheers for becoming a donator, mate. That's very, very generous of you. I used to love Street Fighter. I think that's what that name is. I might have butchered it, but that's the reference I got from that. But no, that's really generous of you, and I hope obviously you enjoyed the extra content and stuff. With the... What we're trying to do now, we're trying to make an Oaken Soul Warden for PvP. That's like the plan. And I'm wondering whether we go down max mag. So let's grab that set out. Overland sets. It's a DLC overland. What? Going through all the boxes takes a while. So we'll grab this. What do we need? We need a shoulder and some jewellery basically. So it's down here. Jewellery and a shoulder. Oh, there really is, it should be a waist really for the resistances. Let's make that waist. Let's get some jewellery out. So I'm just wondering whether we go down this route, because we can push this up, and with the lot of sustain, freaking hell, that's a lot of sustain. This is so high. Like I know we've got a lot of percent boost going on this. This might be the way we go around this. We can then change. I'm going to go back to that guild house with all the cool stuff. But this might be the way that we do it. Is my thoughts. So I could be wrong on this. So yeah, let's change our mundus, because obviously we've got if you look at our passives, we've got a 20% regen boost here plus an 18% from down here, which is a huge amount of sustain. Which means we don't need that much. Plus we have minor intellect. Like this is before potion. With potion, look, we have 3.5k regen. We don't need that much. But we could use the mage. Yes, the love will be better, but the mage gives us more magicka, which is more damage. But then because of the set, it's more sustain. But this is where I'm going with this idea. Let's get our glyph sorted. Got heavy, medium, light. We don't need all this like recovery. That's obscene. Consumables. Okay. We're going to go get some jewelry glyphs, and I think we'll get some damage ones. So we're going to use magicka recovery this time around. And magicka damage ones, because they give us recovery. A little bit of magicka recovery can be useful. So grab another one. Could be stam recovery. It won't be a huge amount of like difference, having a little bit extra, but yeah. So we've got 1500 regen now, and yeah. So 35. What's the? That's 8k. Quite a big heal that is. And that's not bad damage. What's the set tooltip? How much bad damage? With this we have 4.4k. When we set it off balance, what does it go up to then? 4.8k, so what's it now? It's 4.3k, so it's kind of like Way of the Fire basically. So this is like running Way of the Fire. Plus a 10% damage boost. And the skills, obviously, this gives us passive healing as we do damage. This damage, that's a big burst heal. Very, very big burst heal. Because that scales really well with damage. So when you get your weapon side up, that goes up really high, see? I feel like our resistances are way too low though. Let's look at a champion points. What have we got here? It's bomb fortified. The other ones won't make a difference for like the actual stat page. And we're getting some damage CP. Yeah, so if you've joined us, what we're doing is we're looking at an Oakensaw Warden for PvP. And kind of going, what should we run? I need to test it on live. I'm kind of considering set options. We want this one because that buffs all of our damage. We want this one because that buffs all of our damage. And our healing. And we probably want max magicka because again, with this set, I'm just thinking with the set we're using, I might not keep the set. We've got 36k there. That is 4.7, 353, so it's quite a good amount of regen. Let's get some armor glyphs on and change our traits. Because these will like change our stats a little bit. Uphill, okay, so that should be heavy. Let's go reinforced. We need the resistance. I need to change these to both be heavy. That'll be in pen. DDD. And again, obviously, we are an order as well. We don't have a passive then. We do as well. Ooh. Our resists feel very low. Let's get a heavy armor Magma Incarnate. Let's have one already. Yeah. Shoulder. There it is. Let's get the reinforced, whatever that is. There's no reinforced. Do I already have it? I might have it on me actually. Yeah, I do. And then we need a heavy Ari's Cry. I'm just trying to maximise those resistances because we're very low resist wise. There. Put those on. And then we can then play around the glyphs. Yeah, this is an Ord. Our resistances are at... That's much better already. It's not the highest amount, I'm not going to lie. Do I have fortified too? I don't think I have fortified on, do I? I might do actually. Yeah, I do. So we've got this here. You could change these out. Let's switch our staff to actually a lightning staff of that set, because that's going to really skew our damage. So it's hard to actually get a fair crack at it. Where is class sets? I'm looking for the weapons that they are. Lightning staff. Because again, that makes a big difference to like your tooltips. You see, that's 9.2k already now, but just by changing to the staff. That's what we then put on this because it's a bit more damage, more max resources. 16k is a pretty good deep fisher tooltip for context. And obviously, we then got the extra damage there, which makes this good spammable. Nice burst there. Big heal, good damage there with pen, good damage there. So I feel like we're not far off from where we need to be. Now obviously our recovery is garbage. So I wonder, do we use Retro Vitality? This has given us the 3 queens off, that to be fair. Yeah, so we do need a sustain set, I think, on this awesome glyphs at least. But let's get a 3 queens weapon. It's down here somewhere. There's the weapon. We're going to get a lightning staff. And that's our base recovery at 1500, which isn't the highest, I'm not going to lie. As a Warden, you want about 2k, having just played Warden loads. Let's change our actual like armor glyphs. A lot more magical in this. There we go. We'll get Triglyph here. Do we need Triglyph? No, we don't. We've got so much health. So much stamina, we don't need Triglyph there. I'm just seeing what's our... Yeah, 1600 now. By doing that, because the more magic we have, the more sustain we get. So I reckon we might get away with... What's our stam regen? Yeah, that stam regen's about right for the... Having used Crystal Weapon a lot, about 1000 stam regen is enough, in all honesty. When you've got this much magicka, so that big of a stam pool. And our resistances aren't terrible. They're not the highest. But for an Oaken, we've no... Yeah, for an Oaken sword build with like no kind of defense there, we've got a lot of armor. Damage is almost 5k. How much is this? That's 5.3k, because that's quite a good... And then we can obviously just keep the pressure on them. What's it with a potion? About 1900. Yeah, 1965 with a potion. I feel like we might need one regen glyph. Let's change it to arcane and put a regen on that. We'll lose a bit of damage. Jewelry. think it's on there. Because we could always go 3 protective. Got 3 arcane here. A potion will wear off in a sec, yeah. Get the max. Yes, so it's 1666. I think we need one more regen glyph. Let's get a recovery glyph on that Ogre Sword ring. Jewelry enchantments. So if people have joined us, what we're doing is we're looking at making an Ogre Sword magical warden whilst keeping it kind of feeling like a warden. So we've got high health, good amount of stamp, good amount of magicka. Our recovery is pretty decent. 1666 there. But that should be magic recovery, not stamp recovery. Where's magic recovery? Let's get some more jewelry glyphs. Magic recovery. So that's 1800 base, that's pretty good. And then with the crystal weapon, which gives us more resource, 1900 base is really good. For almost 5k spell damage. Obviously we'll change this to be a sharpened, it's not the right trait yet. So I'm trying to make this feel like a magical warden, as in you feel like an animal using person. But is like effective. That's kind of the plan anyway. So I would like the armor to be a little bulkier. How much is the warrior, the lord? I think it's the lady actually that gives you armor. Is it either the lord or the lady? How much is that? I'm just thinking out loud. That's max health. Lady's resistances. 2-7. How much is that? 8, 16, 24. Yeah, I feel like this is similar. Like our sustain gets hurt a little bit, but it's still decent sustain. 1800, almost 1900 without a potion, and with the potion 2.2k. That's pretty good for a warden. Our burst was 15k. When we're actually in combat and we get all the buffs on it, it is 15.5k. And then obviously got major vitality on that. That can hit very nice. That's got a pretty good tooltip. Yeah, 16.5k, 10k standard, 4.6k. Yeah, maybe something like this. This is my initial thoughts. So for people curious, we're trying to make our Ogre Warden. I want it to feel like a warden, so we're using Cliff Razor. It gives you loads of damage if you hit people who are off balance. Deep Fissure, obviously. Healing Soul with the class masters, that gives us a stun. So when we're fighting people, we can just throw out our heal, and then if it's on cooldown, well, if it's off cooldown, it will get a big stun, which is like you see in a moment, and then people get stunned. So we have an on-demand stun, which is awesome. We also get Dawnbreaker stun. And then the set gives us more sustained damage and more bonus damage on animal companions, which means all of our stuff hits harder, because that's basically these two. We've got the crystal weapon as a extra damage oomph that we might need, with some more pen. So it gives us just like extra bonus damage, and it allows us to do more burst combos. So when it lands, we can then like do that and land those 3 things at once. So that's my thinking, I think. 17k is not bad. Now that is a good Deep Fissure tooltip, for context. And And then yeah, without any stuff, this is with our regens and our potions on. 2.2k regen. Yeah, I think this is probably where I'm going to leave it, actually. I think I'm quite happy with where this is. It's not finished by any means. But this is nowhere near finished. But it's in a really good place. I reckon if you pick this up, it will probably work. I can't guarantee it. But it's been designed in such a way where it kind of gives you the broadest set of stats. This is on a Nord. So if you're not a Nord, you will probably need to change your jewelry to be protective. So if you're like on a Breton or a High Elf or some kind of magic race, if you went to your transmute station and then put all the jewelry to protective, that's 3,000 there. The Nord passive, for context, is almost 3,000. So you could do like 2 protective and 1 thing, or you could use like armor potions. I don't like those personally, but there are options. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to call it there. I think I'm quite happy where this is at. I know people will be curious. I will show a superstar. So if you want to see a superstar, bear with me. There we go. And then this will obviously show like this, it zoomed in, and obviously with the watermark, so you can kind of see. That's what I'm thinking. It says PvE tank, but this is a heavy attack build. So a sort of 1-bar Warden, so you've got an idea of what I'm thinking. But yeah, that kind of gives you some ideas. I think that I'm probably going to just call it here because it's very late where I am. It's like midnight. If you get any questions between obviously now and the next video or stream, do consider joining the Discord. It is like one of the easiest places to get hold of me. I think in the server we have like 1,200 people now, so there's loads of people in there, and they're all like really casual, really chill, so it's a great place to get questions asked and answered. And then I just want to say a big thanks to all of the YouTube and Patreon members. If you want to support the channel, get access to videos early and all that good stuff, there are details down below. But as always, I'm going to say a massive thanks for watching. I'll catch you next video or stream, so take care guys, and bye.